Good evening, everyone.
Welcome to Weekend Update. I'm Michael Che.
I'm Colin Jost. Well, this week, the government finally represented the people when it just completely shut down. Honestly, didn't it feel like the government kind of needed a break? Just so we could all catch our breath? Can you believe we're only 9 months into this presidency? That means we still have 3 months and 7 years remaining. I already tried fighting. I'm tired. I went to so many protests this summer, but honestly, it was worth it because we finally got them to change the Cracker Barrel logo back to the original, featuring my actual grandpa. And I know it's scary for a lot of people right now, but I'm trying to stay positive, and I'm trying to remember the words of a great man.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
The last time the U.S. government shut down was during President Trump's first administration in 2018, which was so long ago, we look like this. President Trump claimed that one of the reasons the government shut down is because Democrats want transgender for everybody, which is obviously not true. But at the same time, I wouldn't say no to my own set of these. I don't gotta wear them.
Israel and Hamas have tentatively agreed to President Trump's plan to end the war in Gaza, and you could tell Trump wrote the plan himself.
A Trump advisor said ICE agents will attend the Super Bowl after Bad Bunny was announced as the halftime performer. You know, to catch all those farm workers who can afford Super Bowl tickets. The FDA quietly approved the generic abortion pill just before the shutdown, and I don't have a joke, but whenever I mention a product on the air, they send me a box for free, so. Hey.
President Trump also spoke to a group of military leaders this week, and at one point, he went on a long rant about how good Barack Obama was at walking down stairs. Here's what he said. I'm not going to read it because it's a crazy thing to hear from a president, but it's actually kind of fun from anyone else. Let me show you what I mean in our new segment. President Trump would make a lot more sense if he sounded like Jennifer Coolidge.
Be cool. Be cool when you walk down, but don't pop down the stairs. So one thing with Obama, I had zero respect for him as a president, but he would bop down those stairs. Da-da-da-da-da-bop-bop.
This has been President Trump would make a lot more sense if he sounded like Jennifer Coolidge.
Sean Combs was sentenced on Friday to 4 years in prison, and I'll be honest, it's hard for me to enjoy watching someone I love get punished, but that's what Diddy would do. During Sean Combs' sentencing, he pleaded for mercy, saying that the things he did were disgusting, shameful, and sick. In fact, just thinking about it makes him harder than grandma's candy.
He showed the candy.
It's hard candy.
Yeah, it's hard candy. It was reported that Elon Musk has become the first person to be worth more than $500 billion. Wow, shout out to Tylenol.
New York Mayor Eric Adams has ended his re-election bid, citing an official reason of too much swagger for y'all. Kamala Harris has released a new book that explains how she lost the 2024 election. It's called I'm a Black Lady.
Okay, I'm going to try to record divination as best as I can. And we'll see how that goes. So basically, this is going to be me and you. Sometimes we're female in the divination. Good timing. That's me. One of them is me, and yeah, you're like, yeah, that's cool. That's me because you're looking away. But yeah, and that's maybe everyone watching. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about being tomato. There are some main characters. Look, you're depressed. Look, you're fine. Look, Anyways, okay, that's also y'all are that's scary. Anyways, the point is, well, I am pretty serious. Um, and sometimes I ignore some memes. Um, let's go back up. Um, road to find out. Fuck around and find out. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Let's see. No, yeah, we're good. I'm good. We're good. We're good. It's like, what were you thinking? Sorry. Anyways. Um, so basic. Okay, I shouldn't have said that about Luigi. That was fucked up. Um, this guy's cooking. Like, who knows what people are thinking about me? Okay, let's click on something. Um, um. Okay. All right. Okay. So Venezuela is right here, and this is where I want the city, which could easily be like have a strong port to the rest of the world. Like you could very easily have a really strong port, like rivaling New York. It's really cool. But also would have tropical storms, which is like, I mean, we can't really evacuate the city every time there's a tropical storm. So the buildings are just going to need to be that robust, and they will be because they're made of steel and stuff. Strengthen your home. Um, I guess maybe impact glass would be good, or storm shutters. Um, impact glass. Okay, well, let's just go look for impact glass. Um, but you know what? We're thinking, okay, of course, yeah. Doesn't say how much they cost. Impact glass windows cost. Probably a ton. I don't even know why I'm going on this tangent. Okay, okay. This is probably a bad idea to go on like about this. Um, okay, whatever. Well, whatever. Let's just, okay. Okay, this is stupid. Okay. Hurricane window cost by zip code. Much better. Let's say 78266. Probably. All right. I don't. Okay, let's just go to Twitter, and everyone can see my Twitter. Let's just go to Grok. What is the cost of impact glass windows? Okay. So basically they're just, and we don't even know if like impact glass is the best thing you can do, but it's just really expensive. Look at that. $4,000 for a Oh, that's just ridiculous. Okay, so how to make... Well, we'll search this on YouTube. Okay. Let's use divination to see if we're on the right track. Okay, because we're talking about a city. We don't want it to be a dystopia with everyone's glasses getting shattered. And maybe we don't even want it to cost $400 billion. But maybe it will. That's okay. I play this. Don't care. I don't know. I mean, this is kind of a waste of time. But who knows? I waste people's time. And it's okay. Stop. Okay. It's like, what? What are you reacting to? It's like, huh? Okay. Well, you see the freaking glass and the freaking Venezuela. I see everything. What? Okay, anyways, you're like, wait, is there something going on here? Yes, there is. YouTube thumbnails mean something. Bullshit. Well, you see. Okay, I don't see why. Everyone's so mean to Pippa. It's like, why? Anyways, don't. Who cares? Anyways, anyways. Okay, you're like, yeah, okay, you're on something. And then, okay, anyways, let's see. Yes, bad omens, indeed. But let's see.
Hello, I finally did it. I added more shit. I said I would, like 6 months. String pulling puzzles and even navigate the Aesop's Fable challenge, where they drop stones
Aesop's Fable. No,
into a water-filled tube. Then there's a treat in it. So then dropping stones will raise the treat to a height that they can reach. Crows consistently pick up that denser, sinkable, or more useful objects or would get the job done best. That is toddler shit. That is sick. They also have insane memory. Jays bury thousands of rodent-like front teeth that never stop growing and allows them to gnaw through bark, shells, even fucking cinder blocks, dude. While this might seem like a New York City rat that found its way into radioactive sludge, the II is perfectly adapted for its niche. They're the largest nocturnal primate on Earth that we know of. Old, quiet buildings. Scientists learned that males have never been recorded that long, but they've been apparently seen. In literature, from Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, to folk rhymes about counting math.
4 for wedding, 3 for mirth, 2 for mirth, 6 for gold, 6 for gold. Okay, let's go to 6 minutes exactly. Who knows?
His dogs invent game.
Oh, my bad. Okay. All right. Well, kind of don't want to post this. All right, whatever.
Y pienso, me decepcionó y me alejo más de ti porque yo ya no quiero sufrir, quiero ser feliz. Tu amor es veneno y más, y yo siento un dolor en mi alma, pero con calma abro mi teléfono y miro que andabas con otro. ¿Cómo me siento?
Would you be willing to do an exercise with me?
Are you getting face fucked? You're gonna hang my head over this table? I could do with my throat being cleared, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm good. If I wanted to itch for a week, I'd play with insulation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Now, my question is, have you ever been baptized? Not with semen, but with holy water.
No, no one was really that religious in my family.
Yeah. No, I can definitely tell now. So I would love to baptize you today. I would love to convert you to Christ.
So you really, really want me to find God?
I do.
Okay, if you come in the bucket, you can tip it on my head. How much do you want me to find God?
No, I mean,
That's fine then. That's the answer.
I don't have any interest in taking advantage of someone with a mental disorder. However, I know you're already burning down there, but I just feel like if you don't change, you're really gonna burn down there.
Test it out and see how much I'm really burning.
No, because I know you pay your doctor to give you false negatives.
No, I flow dried my hair and I don't want you getting me wet.
I feel like I already did. That's why I put the sponges on the chair.
No, that's fine. You can put your fingers there right now and you see how dry it is.
Okay, look, we're just gonna roll with it because, you know, I don't know. What else are we gonna do with our time? Sorry.
But that is not the case. Oarfish are filter feeders, drifting around, looking for
Okay, that's kind of a
krill and
slight at
plankton.
you.
Sometimes you'll see pictures of an oarfish with what looks like a stump at their tail end. That's because they can fucking self-amputate. Scientists aren't exactly sure why, but it could help them survive the
Okay,
night. And their cry
okay, whatever. I'm getting memes. I know the amputation meme, and I'm basically a cryptid. That's okay. The point is, impact class. Okay, how to make impact glass. Okay. First of all, how strong is it?
Go.
Cool. That's exactly what we want for Gamers Day. Pretty cool. Is there anything we need to know? Okay, that's not gonna work. Gamer City. Yeah, sorry. Anyways. I'm doing so on. I don't know. I saw me play this yesterday. So
U.S. state borders, but they are based off rivers and mountains. Get Europed. I think we should do this, but leave
my
Colorado alone. So there's just an
That's so awful.
Tough to get insurance on a job like this, but you really don't need coverage when you're starting at the top.
Okay, sorry. All right, you're probably fine. Don't look away. We got. All right, we got tempered glass. No, it isn't indestructible. Okay. Impact glass. Laminated glass versus strong impact is called hurricane glass. Came into being. 15 minutes later. Sager Tech impact glass. Okay. Okay. It's a glass with your glass. Whereas glass and so as a result, high quality outstanding customer service. Okay, SegarTech is always devoted to glass hand. Here's the SegarTech UV glass laminating machine. Glass hand first a new glass hand. It works perfectly. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I don't think this is helping. Okay, let's see. Well, okay. So let's see if this makes tempered glass. I'll ask Grok. Does Sager Tech turn normal glass into impact glass? Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna ask. Can normal glass be turned into impact glass? No, that's this is what I do. Is typically made from multiple layers with a special interlayer. No glass is not impacted. It can use the Alright, maybe that's what this is. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Now it's autoclave. Is it what it is? TVB film. What is it called? All the parameters will be easily to ensure I get temperature of the glasses compared to, for instance. Yeah, those glass on the section. It seems like image patching. Okay. Alright. The point is I found a possible solution to
Hey, this is Sergio from Callejas, and in this video, we're going to be talking about impact glass. What is it? What are the different types? And how do you pick what's best for you? So the way impact windows works is that essentially you have one piece of glass, regular glass like you have in all windows across your home, and then you have another piece of glass. And now these two glasses, what they do is that they put a PVB layer in between these two glasses, and then they're melted together at a very high temperature, and that's how you have the laminated impact glass. So they actually took this technology from car windshields because
Okay, so now we know what impact glass is. And now we know these machines provide impact glass. So now we know that Global Megacorp should have impact glass. At least. So we go here, we go to... So, okay, how did I do that? Like, what you've seen here is that impact glass for global net for Gamer City versus Hurricanes. Okay, so how did I do that? Well, I clicked on this, not knowing that there was going to be something about strengthening your home, because we can't evacuate Gamer City, impact glass. So now we have, and then we looked up how to make impact glass, and now we know that is cheaper than the normal option, which is to buy it. So 4,000, 15,000. This is probably like, once you buy the machine, it's like probably like $100 maximum per window, and that's pretty good. Okay, so that was an okay example of research and divination, but maybe there's something else we can do. Alright. Here's the second piece of glass. There's the film. Tempered glass is made with the heat treatment. No, now it's going to the heat treatment. And so that should be really strong against hurricanes. That's really cool. Okay. Alright. We could use this glass for
In the winter of 1920,
the greenhouses,
we lost
and
a
it's actually better for
house that
greenhouses.
we've been using for like 6 or 7 years. So I decided to rebuild it, and after we
We probably want some non-wooden greenhouses. So glass and steel greenhouse. This is probably, let's just check if this is a good idea to search up.
So this crazy CEO just tried rage baiting an entire city to promote his AI friend company, but unfortunately for him, it backfired miserably. You see, over
I don't think this is gonna work out.
Our queen is attacked, but can you find...
Okay, shut up.
Did you hear that 95% of
baiting.
AI projects don't even make a profit?
Yeah, AI sucks, but this is divination. We're fine. Okay.
to my party, we're just getting...
Glass and metal works. Probably aluminum. Maybe steel, actually, because Broad Group does have steel. Okay, this could help. Alright. Let's go to Yongshed Sunroom. Alright. That's pretty decent. Alright. Alright. Okay.
No, and then they were all surprised to see that people in China lived like good lives and had affordable rent and a 90% home ownership rate. That the cities were beautiful and clean and provided all of these social services for everybody living there. That they worked a standard 40-hour work week just like we did, except their retirement ages started at like 50 and everybody got full pensions. And all of these Americans were like, oh my God, my government told me so much propaganda about you guys that was not true. And people from China try to be nice and they're like, oh, you know, that's just what governments do. Like, our government tells us so much propaganda about you guys too. Like, can you believe that our government tried to convince us you guys don't get any paid time off work, even if you're sick? And then Americans just had to go, federally that is correct. Actually, some states you can earn sick time if you work enough. But that's not everywhere. That's actually real. Yeah. And then they were like, oh my God, oh, our bad. But that's, just one example. Like, for example, our government also told us that you guys can't, like, be mean to the police there or they might shoot you. And then all these Americans had to be like, that one is real. That will happen, especially if you are not whites. That is real too. Yeah. And at this point, people from China were like searching for things that could be propaganda. They were like, oh, well, they told us that you guys go bankrupt just for trying to see the doctor. That can't be real, right? Tell us that's not real. And then Americans had to be like, yes, medical debt is one of the leading causes of bankruptcy. Here, if you get cancer, you usually lose your house. That's real. Also, we ration insulin. If you have diabetes, we ration insulin. Because people can't afford to buy it. And then they die. Yeah. And then people from China had to just be like, dang. I suppose it's also true that over half of your monthly income goes to housing. And Americans had to be like, yeah. Not all the time. Not for everyone, but for lots of us. Yeah. Heck of a week. Heck of a week that was in terms of global information sharing. That's all I'm saying.
Amazing. I'm not gonna play this. X. Alright, cool. I mean, you never do have the price, but but they only have a few views, so maybe we can get it for cheap.
Everything beautiful, truly dependable.
Okay, let's go to YouTube. This is
Dependable.
pretty stupid, but I just want to know how much they cost.
Don't wait.
I'm gonna take. I don't know. I think it's probably fine, but look, this meme has said they tried to kill me. Going for all Chinese everything is probably a bad idea. So let's say, and like, yeah, whatever, dude. Let's see. Let me pause here. Let me think. Okay. How much does a greenhouse cost in Venezuela? All right. So this is the cost I'm worried about for greenhouses. Um, um, but it might be $2 and $4 per square foot. Let's see the cost of steel costs more. Sunlight, glass siding. Okay, we can cut this to 0 if we have African glass, and that is one of the things here. African farms. So we have I think it's in manufacturing. Manufacturing. Um. Um. All right. I think it's actually in greenhouses, which is offline TV garden. Okay. Maybe. Okay. All right. Well. Let's just go to African farms. And let me write down. Okay, so I just wrote ceramic glass will be used for greenhouses. That's a lot of sand for glass. Along with the cheapest steel we can get, most likely South American made, with African mining for the glass wool. So set up African glass making with African steel, iron and coal mining, and South American manufacturing of steel greenhouses. And so that could take costs to 0 for infinite greenhouses. So that's the goal, infinite greenhouses.
December 2001. America's 7th largest company files for bankruptcy. $63 billion gone. Thousands of employees wiped out. Wall Street shocked. But not because it happened, because no one could explain how. This is the story of Enron, the company that sold nothing, made billions, and then imploded while everyone clapped. Imagine a company that made its fortune by moving gas through pipes, not the explosive kind, the boring kind. That was Enron in 1985, just your average Houston pipeline firm formed from a merger no one outside a tax attorney's office cared about. But then came Ken Lay. He had a PhD in economics, a deep tan, and one big idea: deregulation. If the government stopped telling energy companies what to charge, Enron could go from utility company to energy trader. Suddenly, gas wasn't just pumped. It was bought, sold, hedged, and speculated on, like Wall Street, but smellier. Lay brought in Jeff Skilling, a fast-talking McKinsey consultant who believed deeply in markets, spreadsheets, and himself. Skilling's pitch? Enron wasn't just a pipeline business, it was a tech company. "We don't sell energy," he said. "We sell the future of energy." And Wall Street loved it. The real game changer came with Enron Online, a digital marketplace for trading energy contracts. It made gas trading look like ordering pizza. Click a button, move millions. Suddenly, Enron wasn't just some Texas gas firm. It was Silicon Valley with a cowboy hat. Reporters swooned. Fortune magazine crowned it most innovative company in America for 6 years straight. Inside Enron HQ, the vibe was intense. Skilling told employees they were the smartest guys in the room. Translation? If you weren't performing, you were gone. Bonuses were big, backstabbing was casual, and every quarter was a battle to impress investors. You closed 5 deals, cut costs by $20 million, boosted quarterly revenue by double digits, and landed a contract that guarantees margins through 2009? Yes, sir, all ahead of schedule. Impressive. If we were running a normal company? Enron called itself a market maker, a tech innovator, a brain trust. From the outside, it looked like the future. But ask a simple question. Wait, what do they actually do? And you'd get a shrug, a whiteboard, and 40 minutes of buzzwords. But the stock price kept rising, so no one asked again. And while the spotlight shone brighter and brighter behind the scenes, something was quietly, dangerously cracking. By the late 90s, Enron was a legend. The stock skyrocketed from $7 in 1997 to over $90 by 2000. That's over 1,000% gain in 3 years. If you bought Enron instead of groceries, you were a genius. The media called it a miracle. Executives called it a party. But behind the champagne and slide decks, the math wasn't mathing. See, Enron had made big promises. Constant growth, big numbers, no bad quarters. But energy markets aren't TikTok. They don't go viral every week. So they changed the rules. Enter mark-to-market accounting, also known as we're counting chickens that haven't even hatched and may not even be chickens. Here's how it worked. Enron signs a 10-year energy contract. Instead of waiting for actual cash to roll in, they count all 10 years of projected profit immediately. Wait, can you do that? We are doing it. So on paper, it looked like Enron was a cash machine, but many of those deals were barely profitable. Some hadn't even started yet. Others were based on projections that made astrology look conservative. Internally, it was chaos. But as long as the image held, no one dared blink. And when the numbers didn't add up, enter Andy Fastow, Enron's chief financial officer. And his main job was, well, let's call it financial storytelling. He created dozens of outside entities, called special purpose entities, or SPEs. Technically separate from Enron, but in practice, totally controlled by it. Here's the scam. Enron would take its worst assets, deals that were failing, assets that were losing value, and sell them to these SPEs. On paper, it looked like Enron was offloading risk and bringing in cash. In reality, Enron was funding both sides of the deal. It was like selling your broken car to your dog, giving him your credit card to pay for it, and then telling your wife, "Look, honey, I made a sale."
Okay, so it looks like we need to solve the African energy crisis in order to get mining done, in order to get greenhouses for our stuff. Okay, so basically solar panels could be installed across the Sahara Desert. Can energy travel in wires over thousands of miles? All right. Okay. All right, so basically, all right, I saw a meme, and I know you're literally this old guy right now, like holy shit, what the hell are you talking about, dude? Okay, all belt. Okay, hold on, no, it was like I saw this their belt. Okay, hold on, let's just check the rest of this video.
In the research phase, unable to achieve its transformative potential, the city solar breakthrough is part of a larger global race to commercialize transparent solar technologies. Companies like Next Energy Technologies have recently announced large-scale production of organic photovoltaic windows, showing that the competition is heating up. These advancements signal that the glass industry is on the verge of a fundamental shift, moving from passive building materials to active energy-generating components. As more players enter the field, innovation will accelerate, driving down costs and opening up new applications, from commercial skyscrapers to residential homes.
Yeah, so we're doing that. So basically, right. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I saw this conveyor belt Africa. There is a 61-mile conveyor belt in the Sahara Desert. I saw this recently, and it's like, okay, yeah, we can do that. We can have, and it's a raised conveyor belt. Let's see if I can click the right moment.
And I really feel like I need to make this clear, the actual middle of the actual Sahara Desert. Even if this wouldn't destroy the one road between the mine and the coast, which it probably would, you'd be pretty hard pressed to develop a brand new trucking industry. Economic
Anyways,
sense here, but
it's just a raised conveyor belt across the Sahara, and that's it right there.
13,000 steel rollers.
Basically, we just make a massive solar farm across the Sahara Desert, and we power Africa with that temporarily. So, holy shit. Okay. So we need, basically, we need a solar panel company to start giving to install thousands of solar panels raised above the Sahara. And solar panels don't last so long, so it's a temporary solution, but should last long enough, like 20 years. And the reason is we're gonna build probably like fusion power plants after those panels fail. Okay, so basically, here's the plan for Africa. Holy shit. We just need a big solar farm in the Sahara. To just give free energy to Africa. Because they won't be able to pay for it anyways. So, alright. How much does a solar panel cost in raw materials? So, refined from quartz and processed. Alright. So let's say it costs $200 to produce one solar panel. How many solar panels to give 1 million people power? 10,000. So how much is that? 10,000 times 200. That's $2 million. That's only $2 million. Okay, so basically we can build, we just multiply that by 300 and it's $600 million. It's under $1 billion. We could give power to Africa. We could start a foundation. Start a foundation to install solar panels across Sahara and give to all of Africa to get mines to make steel to make steel and glass production facilities to make glass, to make greenhouses, to give all of South America and Africa effective farms. Okay, and that's the plan. Okay, and I use divination for all of that. Okay, thank you. Have a